So at what point did you realize that you were going to have to do all of that alone?
I was in labor when I saw the rejection letter.
My goodness.
Yes. That first 3 days, at a point, I didn't know what to do, but I then picked my phone and started one step at a time.
Did you check ChatGPT for help?
I checked everything, Google, everything. I literally used for the house chores. My husband helped in that aspect. Cleaning.
He can cook?
Yes, he can.
Yes, yeah. Marry. It's good to have a partner that knows how to cook. Because imagine if my husband didn't know how to cook. A friend of mine made a comment. I don't know why your own day like this, but my own.
There's a crazy friend out there.
Hello, welcome to Talk with Lindalucy. For this episode of Talk with Lindalucy, we have a powerful story about navigating first-time motherhood in the UK without the traditional support of Omugwo. I'm delighted to welcome a remarkable woman who wears many hats with grace and purpose. She is a devoted wife, a loving mother, and a passionate entrepreneur who has successfully balanced family life with business. Through her journey, she has inspired those around her with her resilience, dedication, and commitment to making a positive impact. Join me as we explore her story, the lessons she has learned, and the wisdom she has gained along the way.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be in this episode of Talk with Lindalucy.
Hi, I'm so happy to have you here, Sophie. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Hello, Mama. So we have our little one here, but never mind. She's just going to be behind the camera. All right, Sophie. So how are you finding the weather today?
It's hot and nice.
You know, right? You know, you have a very beautiful story about how you navigated your way without the help of, what we call it, way back Nigeria, we call it Omugwo.
Yeah.
You didn't have any help. So we would love to, I'm really, really looking forward to hearing how you navigated your way around that, how you had to do without that help. Girl, you tried to, yeah?
I know.
Some experience
To be like, yeah. So initially, I was expecting that my auntie would be here to help out when I have the baby. I was expecting that she would come. So we actually applied for a visa for her. So we had the expectation that somebody is going to be there for the whole Omugwo process.
Oh.
But then, UKVI, they did their thing and her visa was denied. So we had to just do it ourselves. Yeah,
my God.
Yeah.
And as a first time mom,
Yeah. So my expectation initially was good because I was expecting she was already buying things to come over and all that. But when they denied her visa on the basis of not much family links, so I was like, there's no need even reapplying because she's my auntie. So the chances is very low as well.
Oh my God. So at what point did you realize that you were going to have to do all of that alone without your husband's family help and your auntie not come?
I was in labor when I saw the rejection letter.
My goodness.
Yes. So I didn't see it they didn't reject her visa even few weeks before I went into labor. So we were actually still in labor and I was still thinking that maybe they will give her visa since they still prolonged the process. So I was thinking that maybe that the visa might still come out even when I have the baby. So but while I was in labor, I checked my email and saw that they rejected her visa. So I actually found out
while in labor. I didn't even know how you even had that energy to even push the baby.
Yeah, it was. I like the first time I saw it, I cried. I paused and cried.
Yeah,
at that point, I was going through something else, and then the disappointment now came. So, I took my time, cried before I even continue with the labor and everything. So,
but then you realized that your auntie wasn't gonna come in. So, being a first-time mom, how did you handle that situation? Did you panic? Did you cry?
Yeah.
Were you scared or something?
I panicked. I panicked because it wasn't the result I was expecting, and the fact that we're thinking on the positive side, we didn't have the expectation that maybe they might reject the visa. So we're already buying things, we're already getting things, and she was already excited to come and stay for the Omugwo. So when it came, it was like a shock, and I panicked and the first reaction was cry. I cried.
Mm.
At that point, I wasn't even feeling the labor pain again. I was more like feeling the disappointment because I didn't prepare myself for it.
For the
But yeah, but
disappointment.
it just happened. It just
Did you try to appeal to let them understand the reason why you needed her to come around?
they stated that we didn't prove enough with her. So we're like, she's my family. I don't know whichever one would have done differently to even like say that, oh, this person is actually my aunt. And so I don't know. We were like, when it just happened, I was like, there's no need because what if I do it again and I get the rejection again? How am I going to just left out it? So yeah, so it was a one-time disappointment. We didn't want to experience that again.
All
Yeah.
right. Was there a time you felt emotionally overwhelmed about the whole situation? I mean, after baby had come in
Yeah.
into the picture, you've given birth. Was it a time you felt so overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed about the whole situation?
Yeah. The first three, because I stayed 3 days in the hospital. So when we got back in the hospital, it was very okay because the nurses were there. They
Yeah.
were taking care of the baby. They were assisting me as well with breastfeeding and everything. So when we got home, the first 2 days was okay. But after that, that was when the baby now started crying. I had no idea of what I was going to be like. I was so
Oh,
clueless at like because I didn't even browse more. I didn't even ask more questions. I was thinking that somebody would be there to put me through at least for the first time.
yeah.
So I didn't even know I didn't even know what to do at that point in my life. But I just took my phone. I started browsing a few things. Maybe when I want to, if something is wrong, I'll just ask Google. Then maybe I'll call my auntie and ask her what's going on. Look at how the baby is doing. How do I do this? How do I do that? And then the midwife too were also helpful.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Nice to hear.
So they came the first 2 days. I think when the first 2 days, yeah, they visited. So I told her some few challenges that I was having, and then she helped.
Oh,
But
that's good.
I know that first 3 days, at a point, I didn't know what to do, but I then picked my phone and started one step at a time. So
Did you go through? Did you check ChatGPT for help?
I checked everything, Google, check everything. I literally used every single thing. I called people like I was on call, I was on ChatGPT. Like before we even do something, before I even warm the milk, I'll be like, what temperature, how do I, which room, like
Oh my God.
I was literally like asking everybody, asking everything, because at that point I didn't know what to do for real. I was so clueless the first time. I didn't have an idea.
I'm just happy that you're laughing about the whole situation right now. I'm very sure it wasn't funny at that
It wasn't
time.
funny. It wasn't.
I know it wasn't funny at that time.
No,
And
it
so, was
wasn't.
your husband helpful?
Yeah.
And from his other side, his own family side, there was no help coming from there, and
Yeah.
it wasn't also possible for anyone to come from his side.
Yeah. His mom is late as well.
Oh,
and
right.
and then the dad lives abroad, or not in UK, he's in Germany, so there is no way he could even
Yeah.
live both. And the siblings are married, so it's not like there is anybody around to like come help.
But he was quite supportive, I
He
guess.
was very supportive.
So I can just imagine the both of you first time dad and first time
Yeah,
mom
it was
doing your thing.
it was something else. It was something else. It was something else because he was clueless as well. And me, I was clueless, but we just told ourselves that we're going to figure it out. And we're just taking it one step at a time. Back then, anything we wanted to do, we'll browse it, or we'll ask someone, we'll get a second opinion before we even go ahead and do it. It's a crazy period.
God. So how did you manage practical things like cooking, sleeping, resting? How did you manage that? I know in Africa when you give birth, like in Nigeria where we're from, when you give birth, we have aunties, mothers, those with the experience coming to massage you. They'll tell you tie that your tummy very tight. Or they'll give you, is it agumbise? The agumbise they will boil it for you to drink so that it will purge out everything that all those remnants and all those stuff that is left over. So how did you manage all of that with your tummy trying to heal up, and how did you manage that with handling a newborn baby, sleeping and
So for the house chores, my husband helped in that aspect. So literally I wasn't doing anything. He was helping with cooking, cleaning.
He can cook?
Yes, he can. Yes.
Yeah. marry. It's good to have a partner that knows how to cook. Because imagine if a husband didn't know how to cook.
Yes, he can cook very well. Yes, Labukas, thank you very much. He can cook, but that was the only time I got. Yes, he does cook, but that period he was actually like the person making the whole food. And after the whole period, we went back to the way things. Yeah,
At least he was.
yeah,
but
but
he
he
was
brought out that skill
that
at that
skill.
point. Yes, yes.
Well done, sir. The man you feel, really.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah. So he helped with everything that had to do with the house, everything. While I was focused on the baby and
nice.
myself. So that was how like I managed everything because I wasn't having to cook. I wasn't having to do any other thing around the house. So even when he's going for a shift, he will make sure there is food for me to eat until he gets back. And then you still make for the next day.
That's so kind.
yeah.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigerian men, I hope you are hearing and you're learning.
Yeah.
Because back home you have the men saying kitchen is for the women, they don't have any business there. But you can hear a man handling all of that, making sure there's food in the house for the wife and the woman that birthed his child to have what to eat when he goes to work and then he comes back and they're very okay. Man, that's just one in a million. That's really kind. Wow. So how did you is it that there was no church community, like community church, come from churches?
I was going to church back then, but I was going to the church that has more of British.
All right.
So
I see.
So yeah, they actually came to visit the baby, but not to like they are not doing it the African way. But I actually joined the African community when I've already gone through the whole phase. That was when I knew people were now telling me, why didn't you join the community? Well, I didn't know about it initially, so that's why.
No, because those community they do help. They help.
Yes.
They go a long way in helping. They assist. Yeah. So I believe that probably if you had joined one, you would have had one or two.
It's one of the things that I even regret up till now because I knew that there would have been lots of free help back there because even from my colleagues they were coming to help me. Then imagine if I had been in any community, I would have gotten like loads of help. But then I wasn't. So I wasn't. So it was.
No, don't beat yourself on that. We learn every day. We learn every day. And I know when the second one eventually comes in the future, it will be quite easy for you because now you've gotten that experience. You've learned one or two. In fact, you're a fast learner. And man, I must give it to you. I must really say that it wasn't easy, but you pulled through.
Yes, I pulled through.
Was it a time that you cried? We do have this time that we cry. We're like when the baby is crying, we want to cry with the baby. Did you in any way feel that way?
There was one period I cried for more than like an hour. And that then was when the baby was around that 3 months when she was already having that sleep regression, that period. And what happened then was how we were managing it. Why I didn't feel it that much was because, like I said, my husband was very supportive. So in the night, most times, when the baby is very clingy and wants us to carry her through the night, we do switch.
Oh, nice.
So we do switch. So, but that particular day, he went for a night shift. So.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so and the baby was already used to the fact that we do switch. So I don't know if maybe because of the fact that the dad was not still there to carry her, and maybe I don't know what happened that night in particular, but she didn't. I was carrying her and she was crying. I was holding her. She was not having she was just crying, sleep. No, I fed her nothing. She was just crying. And at that point, I just started crying because I knew that I did like all I could for the 30 to 40 minutes. I was trying different things. I was trying to cuddle. It wasn't working. I just like dropped the baby and started crying. She was crying. I was crying. She was crying. I was crying until she cried herself to sleep. And even when she was sleeping, I was still crying because I was even later. Maybe when she wake up again, we enter another phase. For me, I was just crying because I was at that point. I was so fed up with everything.
Looking back now, what helped you survive and keep you going?
Okay. I always say support. The support I was expecting from family member, I got it from my husband. Yeah. So I had that support And I like every day, I'm very grateful that that support came. Yes, I had that support, and then I told myself that it's a phase. They grow, so it's just like she's not going to be 3 months forever, and she's not going to be 4 months forever. She's going to get to 1 year one day. So I just told myself, why not just endure for this phase, and when that phase goes off, we will be happy. So I just endured. That's it.
That takes me to the next question. The strength that you derive from having to take care of the baby and going through all of that process, what strength did you derive from that?
Yeah, the strength is that I found out that you won't know how strong you are until that strength is tested. Yeah, so it was put to test, and I got to understand that everybody is very strong, and they won't really know. You keep thinking, oh, I can't do it, I can't, because initially I was thinking that, oh, it's hard, it's something I can't do. But when I started doing it, I saw that, oh, it's just normal thing. Like it's just everyday thing that you just need to wake up, do it, and then the days go by, and then the next thing, gone into months, years, and that is it. You won't even have to even do it again.
Has going through motherhood without Omugwo changed your perspective about family support?
No, it hasn't. I feel that if you have the family support, it's good for you. It's real good. You should cherish it. And for African women, I feel that the practice is very, very important because it gets you to rest. So the fact that I didn't get all the family support, it didn't change my perspective. If I can still get it now, I'll be very, very happy.
What advice would you give to first-time mom in diaspora going through the same situation right now?
Okay. You just have to believe that it's a phase and you will get through it. The baby is never going to be 1 month forever. And the baby is going to grow and you're going to grow. So just enjoy the cries, the pain, the stress, everything that comes with it, the frustration. If you came with depression, enjoy it as well.
That depression, that depression aspect of it, some people don't know how to manage it, and even those that are with them while they're going through that depression state, they don't even know how to manage them. And it's something that we have to really learn how to manage, because a lot of people are really going through that postpartum depression. It's not something to joke about, it's not something to compare your pain with the other person's pain. It's not something to say, I was in this situation, this was why your own day like this now, my own be no day like this. So some women do that. Some people are so insensitive.
It's not your experience. You can't judge someone's experience. It's a personal experience, and that is the mistake we African women do. They assume that if we all worked through this path, then all of us should be all right, or everything should be okay. But it's an individual experience. You cannot replicate it.
Exactly.
So because people's experience.
It brings me down to when I had my own baby through the cesarean section. I was still trying to heal up. I was still trying to heal. It's not as if there was no pain, but the tear was there and it wasn't closing well. So I kept having it opening, and so a friend of mine made a comment, I don't know why your own day like this, but my own
there's a crazy friend out there.
I don't know why your own day like this, because my own be no day like. I know it was so insensitive. That talk was quite insensitive, because
it's not her body.
It's not her body. It's me going through it. It's not you going. Now they go through it. Maybe they go through it, but then it was not something that you could just compare your own with my own pain. I'm not meant to compare my own pain. Every woman have their own. Every woman have tolerance to how far they can even take it. But then it is what it is. Anyways, man, Sophie, your story is really, really something that people in the diaspora has to really, really see, learn from, because I know a lot of people are still going through the situation, having no one to come assist them during the Omugwo period, having to be the only one taking care of the baby. In your own case, you were a first-time mom. If you even had experience, I would have said, "Oh, girl." But then, as a first-time mom,
I learned on the job.
And then first time dad, ChatGPT was your best friend. Google was your best friend, and YouTube was also your best friend, because you have to go in there to find out how can we do this. And I'm sure you did 1 or 2 video calls with your auntie that couldn't come through for you, that was not able to come down. wow, girl, you really nailed that one. I must give it to you. But then if you want to look back and then you see how far Sophia has come at this point, what will you say to Sophie?
Did a good job.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm proud of myself.
no, you actually
I'm
did a
very
good
proud,
job.
yeah.
You did a good job. You did
Yeah.
a good job. Raising a beautiful girl, in good health.
Yes.
Girl, you did a good job. And
Yeah.
God was really by your side.
Yeah.
So, people, this brings us to the end of Talk with Linda Lucy today. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I hope you learn one or two things from this experience.
Yeah.
If you're going through this situation, just hang in there. Don't worry. Everything is just a phase. It's going to pass. And then one day you sit down here with like Sophie sitting down here and smiling and talking about it joyfully and no longer crying. Okay. See you in my next episode. Take care. Bye.